What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to That Dope Dad, the podcast where we connect with dads who are trying to show up better, lead stronger, and live fully. Today I want to talk about something heavy. It's going to be a little bit more of an emotional podcast. The more anger, the more depression and unforgiveness we carry from the past, the less capable we are of fully living in the moment. And let me say that again. And listen, the more anger, the more depression, and the more unforgiveness you carry from the past, the less capable you are of fully living in the moment. And if you're being honest, and if we're being honest, a lot of us are carrying things we never talk about. Disappointment from our own fathers, bitterness from a divorce, anger over betrayal, shame from mistakes that we made years ago, depression we keep trying to man up through. There's that phrase, man up. How many times were you told as a teenager or in your 20s, even your 30s, even now, to man up? We show up to work, we pay the bills, we coach the games, we tuck the kids in at night, but internally, I know how you feel. We all are exhausted. Not all the time, but sometimes we're just exhausted. Because carrying emotional weight is heavy. And a lot of us have been carrying it alone for years. Here's the truth. Unresolved anger doesn't just stay in the past, it leaks. Listen again. Unresolved anger doesn't just stay in the past, it leaks. It leaks into how we talk to our kids. It leaks into how we are not patient with our spouse. It leaks into how we see ourselves. You ever snap over something small and later realize it wasn't even about the moment at all? You snapped because you were short on patience about something 5 years ago, and it's just a question from your spouse. It's just a simple little question from your kids, and you just snapped. It was old frustration, old hurt, old wounds. And have you ever apologized after you snapped? Sometimes we forget after we snapped, it wasn't even our partner's fault. It wasn't even our kids' fault. It was our fault, holding on to something that we should have let go a long time ago. And I know some of you have every right to feel what you feel. I'm not saying don't feel what you feel. You were wrong. You were abandoned. You were betrayed. And you had to grow up too fast. That was one of my things. I had to grow up way too fast. Being alone at 16, 17 after my parents' divorce, just out partying, doing what I wanted. When deep down, I just wanted my dad to be there saying, stop that. You're staying home tonight and you ain't going out and doing no bullshit. I wanted somebody to hold me down. But holding on to that pain doesn't protect you anymore. It just prevents you from fully living. You can't enjoy your son asking you to play if your mind is replaying a fight from 5 years ago with your ex. If you're still holding on to anger about your ex-wife, your child's mother, you need to get some therapy, brother. You need to get in a men's group. You can't fully connect with your daughter telling you about her day if your heart is still bitter about how your life turned out. One, yeah, sometimes we're going to hit rock bottom and our life turns out in a really shitty scenario and situation. But that means you just got to get up and keep getting after it. You can't lead your family in peace if you're at war inside. And let me say this clearly. Healing is not weakness. Getting help is not weakness. Talking to someone is not weakness. Admitting you're tired is not weakness. And I know damn well you know what I'm going to say. It's strength. How many times are we told it's strength? And it's not weakness when we seek help. Because real strength isn't pretending you're fine. Real strength is facing what hurts and deciding it won't define you anymore. Forgiveness doesn't mean what happened was okay. It means you refuse to let it control your future and how you are as a dad and how you are as a man to your family. And depression, man, that silent heaviness a lot of us dads feel, that constant pressure to provide, to perform, to never break, and let me say it again, to man up. You are allowed to admit it's heavy. So brother, let me say, you are allowed to admit it's heavy. You are allowed to say, I'm struggling. If you're sitting there listening to this and you're struggling, just say it. I'm struggling. This is heavy. Admit it. Feel it. Your family doesn't need a perfect dad. They need a present one. And presence requires peace. So today I want to challenge you. What are you still carrying that's keeping you from fully living? What are you still carrying that's disturbing your peace, which ultimately disturbs you at being the dad that you need to be? Is it resentment towards your ex? Is it anger towards your dad? Is it guilt from your past? You don't have to carry it forever. You deserve joy. Your parents, your kids, your family deserve to see you joyful. You deserve to laugh freely. You deserve to sit on the couch with your kids and not feel mentally miles apart, mentally miles away from one another. Because these moments, they don't last forever. One day your kids won't be asking you to sit next to them. One day your kids aren't going to ask for you to play with them, to color with them. One day your kids aren't going to ask, hey dad, do you want to cuddle? Hey dad, do you want to watch a movie? Hey mom, dad, do you want to make cookies tonight? Just the little things. You know why? Because they'll be building their own lives. And I don't want us missing today because we're still trapped in yesterday. We're still trapped 5 years ago. We're still trapped 10 years ago. We're still trapped in our teenage trauma. Let that weight go, brother. Do the work. Have the hard conversations. Get the help if you need it. Join a men's group. Hit the gym. Whatever works for you to get the stress off the chest. Not just for them, but for you. Because a healed dad changes generations. Change your family's dynamic. That's what we're about here at That Dope Dad. If this episode spoke to you, share it with another dad who needs to hear it. Please subscribe to the podcast on Apple, on Spotify, on YouTube. Leave a review, and let's keep building a community of men who lead with strength and emotional intelligence. So until next time, stay present, stay intentional, and keep showing up. You're not alone. You're that dope dad.